Hello and welcome, my fellow warriors, for it's I, your favorite little halfling dragon. Friends, to all my fellow adventurers and protector of all. It's really great to see you guys. For today, we are doing an interview talk show with the lovely level 99 gaming whiz. So let's go ahead and see if they are ready. Hello there,
Hi,
and welcome into the Quest of the Light talk show. So,
glad to be here.
Wiz, can you briefly introduce yourself and about your background?
Yes, my name is lv99gamingwiz, aka Wiz, aka Wizzy. I am a Zennial, also known as an Elder Millennial, depending on who you ask. Generational labels are freaking weird. But I have been streaming for 3 years as a Wizard VTuber now, and I play a lot of games, old school, new school, and everything in between. I have been gaming for 37 years, and I'm bringing credibility to gaming and the Twitch sphere and VTuber sphere, and I'm having a great time making friends and having good fun. I'm building a great community, and I like to help out my friends wherever I can.
Aw, that's very sweet of you, Wiz. But
Yeah,
yeah,
glad to help.
guys, he is a sweet being. He is. And if you guys want to go ahead and check him out, let me go ahead and give you a shout out, dude. Or if one of my mods could, please and thank you. If not, I got it. Oh, thank you, Plague. But yeah, if you guys want to go
What do you
ahead
know
and
about
follow this
cheddar?
adorable,
Some beef
sweet
and cheddar,
wizard here, who's an adorable being.
cheese.
Yes, you do,
Yep.
handsome boyo. I know the shout out screen is really small.
Physics,
Yeah,
am I
that
right?
clip is from my early days with
Argue.
I have my 3D model.
Why you doing that?
Oh, the Vroid and all.
Yeah, I started off as Vroid.
Looks good.
Ah,
Throw it out into a
but yeah. And again, thank you, Plague. But anyways, what inspires you to become a streamer?
Well, it was something that I thought of like after I got laid off from my tech support job and certain things happened in my life, like my mother passed away and things. Started asking myself, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? What legacy do I want to leave behind?
Hmm.
And things kind of went from there. It's just like wanted to start being a little bit more creative with things and not just be stuck behind a 9 to 5 corporate desk job.
Right, right, which is
And
understandable.
yeah, and with that, I started looking at streaming as, oh, well, there's all these people already playing video games and they're making some money off of it and stuff. And that was the initial thought that I had. It was just like, hey, maybe I can make some money from gaming. But it later on, as my streaming career progressed and everything, it started being less about the money. It started being more about bringing people together and making friends and having the social life that I never had in college.
Right, which is again understandable. But some people, I ask the same question, like, what inspired you to become a streamer? Some people say, oh, I watched a few streamers, like VTubers or face cam streamers, all that kind of ordeal and such. That inspired them to become a streamer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because that a few dogs that says like Iron Mouse or Sea Dog or other people, who are sometimes VTubers or like I said, face cam streamers.
Mm.
But yeah. All right. What is the most exciting project you're currently working on or, that you are planning to work on?
I still have a lot of shorts that are backlogged, and I also have another ASMR script that I've written, but I'm not put into production yet.
Understandable, understandable. But yeah, for myself, you guys already know I'm doing the Charles Project, and I want to thank Blake here for helping me with it, and a few friends as well. Which reminds me, sorry, but not sorry, Plague. But yes, if you guys want to follow this adorable being, go ahead.
Okay, you broke it in one try. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You hit me.
But yes, follow this sweet, adorable
And we're
Figment
out of
Plague.
here. We're out of here. Yeah. Screw you. Give me the freaking flashlight, Barry. For the love of God, give me that. Oh, nope, nope. Screw that. No, coffee. Coffee first. Coffee first. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Come on, Alan. You need your caffeine. Come
But yes, can you share any recent activities or milestone in your career?
Yes. I recently hit 1K on Twitch and TikTok, both.
Damn, dude. Congratulations.
Yet I'm very proud of my accomplishments. I worked really hard for them.
Well, for me, I'm trying to reach about 1.5K followers, and if I do, I get to play Huntsman. If you guys don't know what Huntsman is, trust me, don't look it up. If those who know, knows.
Oh, I know, but I don't
Hmm.
want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Well, I got to. And you guys get to see me suffer.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, that reminds me. I also recently we hit the community challenge on my channel for
oh.
channel points and stuff. Because generally I don't do subathons. I do channel point community challenges because the money isn't as much of like my concern when it comes to streaming and things.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm all about building community, and since I don't do subathons and things, we do these community challenges. I have to do Bean Boozled. I have to like sit here with this big tub of nasty jelly bean things that are all these weird flavors and stuff. And
Oh, I
that's gonna
know.
be a very interesting just chatting stream when we get to
Yeah.
it.
You'd be pretty bad because I think I talked to Plague and a couple of friends and such, instead of one night where we drink if we die or whatever, we do a Bean Boozle one for a charity event, you know? Just an idea. But of course, I'm doing one for St. Jude's, which is in December, but that's with the Soul Calibur Tour tournament, mostly. And of course, with the Charles Project.
Nice.
Oh, that gives me an idea, Plague, but we'll have to talk to who about it as well if they're okay with that, with the Bean Boozle thing. Ugh. But yeah. So,
Yeah.
anywho,
You know
the idea, Plague.
the worst thing that I've done recently is drink ranch soda.
I'm sorry, what?
Ranch soda. Ranch dressing soda for the community challenge.
Mm, okay.
They're just a really weird sodas and thing. It's just like, what, people love that. People loved seeing my reactions and freaking out. I was using my 1.5 model, which has V-Bridger and stuff, to be like more expressive, so I could stick my tongue out. It was fun.
Sit. Okay. Where are we at? Okay. What did you first started out as? Just a voice, PNG, Voroid? What?
So this is a very interesting story. I started out as a VR chat model.
Huh.
I converted it into VRM for 3D VTubing.
Mm-hmm.
Figured out those programs and stuff. And I started out on YouTube making videos with it and stuff. And after a while, one of my friends that I made, they made a Vroid for me, and
Oh.
I used the Vroid for a very long time, probably about I would say the duration of a year. And like at the end of the first year, I commissioned a live 2D artist to get me a 2D model.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
that's the model. That's the model that you still see today. I've been rocking the same model for 3 years.
Wow. Gosh, for myself, it was just mostly a picture I found, and I didn't know about PNG and everything. I just placed a picture up there because I thought, okay, I figured this out. And it was with the Streamlabs streaming career and everything and such. But I'm like, it's a little confusing. And also, I went over to OBS, and I thank you and everyone for helping with that. But then, of course, you already figured out that I was just a PNG, of course. Basically, it was just a picture, where you know those pit group pictures, right? That
Yeah,
people make of their characters, or whatever. Yeah, I used
Pig
that.
Crew. Yeah,
Yeah, as a PNG of myself or whatever. Then later on, I commissioned somebody to make my PNG. But first, after the PNG I had and everything, then I went to Vroid and such, made my character from the game, which you can see here, and look how much she has gotten, actually.
yeah, you're answering quite well there.
Mhm. But yeah, and people call me cute and adorable. Like, I am not cute nor adorable. Damn it. Okay. Next question. What advice would you give to someone who wants to become a streamer? What would your advice be?
Uh, don't go into this expecting money. Don't quit your day job for streaming. If it happens, great, and much to respect to those who can make it work and make a lot of money off of it right out the gate.
Mhm.
But if that's your expectation going into this, you're probably better off keeping your day job or whatever. But just like start off and do it as a hobby and have fun with it. Don't go in with the expectation that you're going to make a ton of money and a ton of subs or stuff like that. Do this for passion. Do this for fun. Do this to make friends. Do this to connect with people.
Right. And the other thing too, if you basically want to play a game or but you don't know what game to start out first, play a game you're more comfortable with, that you know the mechanics with. Start out
Oh,
that with
absolutely.
first.
Yeah, don't stream into a category when you're starting to like an oversaturated category like Valorant, Overwatch, Dead by Daylight, the big ones. Try to start with something a little bit more niche and something where you're going to be more visible. There's going to be more people seeing you because Twitch discovery is really difficult. Getting found to getting noticed.
That is true. That is true. And plus, if you kind of think about it too, when I first started streaming, the first game I ever played was either Final Fantasy 14 or Monster Hunters. And that was it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Until I discovered new other things. People say, "Hey, why don't you give this game a try?" I'm like, "Okay," and we just skipped the question as well too. My bad. Again,
It's
I
okay.
apologize. My brain's not here. It's just I've been tending to a lot of side quests and quests as well on my end. So
Understandable.
yeah, I you probably already said this before, but how long have you been streaming for?
I have been streaming since about February 2023.
Oh,
So, three
dude,
years.
dude. What day did you start in February?
I don't remember the exact date.
Well, you said February 2023, right?
Yes.
Funny enough, I started February the 11th of 2023.
That's cool.
Mhm. But in the past, I was just mostly a viewer, a follower back then. I had this count back in April 2015.
Hmm.
Hmm. Again, just a viewer, just a follower. But yeah.
Yeah, I started my Twitch account back when I was in college, like in the 2010s. So,
Oh.
like shortly after it became Twitch. I think it was like 2015 or so.
I swear we
Again,
have the weird timing, don't we?
yeah.
All right. Next question. Can you share a memorable experience or story in your streaming career?
I think it's just a lot of it lately has been social gaming with my friends. Like when we are playing Power Wash Simulator and we're just chatting and talking about random stuff.
Fair.
And yeah, Peak, the friend games. I don't like to call
Oh
things
goodness.
friend swap. I really don't like the term friend swap because I think it's disingenuous towards developers.
Yeah, I mostly just say the community games, basically where it could be like
Yeah,
about 2, 3, maybe more people. Who knows? You know?
yeah.
Oh goodness. I remember when we played Peak. That was pretty funny and hilarious. And I didn't expect that sneeze.
Our RV there yet has been a very much of an experience for me and my community. And like just the chaotic moments that randomly happen. Like I was trying to figure out like how to get the RV unstuck, and it's just like, well, let me shoot a firework at it. RV blows up.
Oh, there's one clip on Plague's. There's one clip. Basically, me, him, and a few friends, we were playing Are We There Yet with another friend, and let's just say the RV started going spinning around nonstop up in the air while I was still in the passenger seat and another friend was in the driver's seat. And it was still going, dude. It was still going until I basically jumped out of the seat and it launched me into the lake. And you know, but oh my god, I swear,
A lot
with
of fun.
some games and all, it depends on who you're streaming with, everything. You have a bunch of laughs and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. What challenges have you faced in your streaming career and how did you overcome them?
There's been very many days where I looked at metrics and I just said, "Well, am I doing things right? Should I give up? Should I just stop?" And I wouldn't let myself. I just kept on pushing on through. If I needed to take a break or whatever and chill and watch other streamers, other VTubers, I would. So
That's
it's
understandable, you know?
mentality has kept me going. Determination.
Right. But yeah, and you guys and YouTube Wiz already know that I stream maybe 3 to 4 months or whatever, and then I take a little hiatus break to myself, because after streaming, doing certain events, all that kind of stuff, or charity events, whatever. And sometimes I just want to sit back, relax, just hang out with my friends, play a few games, whatever.
Yeah, and that's something I've been learning a lot of as a streamer is work-life balance.
Mhm.
There's games that I want to be on stream with, and there's games that I just want to chill and I want to play off stream.
Right.
And yeah, that's really important as whenever you're a new streamer is don't get try try not to get streamer brain, so where that you think that you have to stream every single thing that you're playing because that's gonna mess with you.
Mm-hmm. But why don't you try doing the method I do, like stream 2 to 3 months, to your comfort of your level, because I don't stream on Mondays or Tuesdays. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, just depending on how I'm feeling. And sometimes I will stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, or sometimes I don't stream on Saturday. It just depends and everything. It just depends on how I'm feeling. And then after streaming for God knows how long, like a certain month, let's say you streamed for like about 4 months, and then next month you just take a little break. You can still hang out with friends, you can still be in their streams, all that kind of ordeal. Just, chill, relax, and basically you're not using a lot of energy. And plus, you can work on your sleep schedule.
Yeah. I could see how that might be helpful. But the way things that I've done now is like I'm changed things up to be instead of because I was streaming 5 days a week, that was causing burnout, and I cut it back to 3. And even with that, because like what I was doing most recently to help me get to 1K is
Mhm.
niches. I was choosing things that I know that I like and I know that I want to stream, like Pokemon, retro gaming, and Final Fantasy Online. So that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and let's just do that every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This started to burn me out a little bit. So I backed off from that a little bit. It's still Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I changed the time to be a little bit later, and I'm just gonna be choosing whatever. It's Wizard's choice.
Right. Well, maybe you could do like let's just say Monday probably, whatever you want to play, like Monster Hunter Mondays or whatever starts with an M. Or sometimes Tuesday could be a rando pick or whatever. Fridays you could do like Final Fantasy 1 week, and then next week on Friday you could do, Retro Friday or
Yeah,
Throwback
something like that.
Thursday, you
You
know.
try to pick a theme for stream. So
Mhm.
Monday is Star Wars. Star Wars, May the 4th, and we'll be playing Jedi Fallen Order for the first time.
Right, you could do that on May 4th, and
Yeah,
then, of
it
course,
makes
next
sense.
time you could do it for next year, May 4th.
Yep.
Or you could do it on May 4th and May 5th because, May 4th of Star Wars and another one for Star Wars for May 5th as well.
Hmm.
hmm You know, and then, of course, you can wait for another year and such and do that again. Just like what I do with Soul Calibur. Sometimes I'll play it, sometimes I'll stream it, or showing people the characters that me and Plague here we work on and such together. Trying to get the exact look-alike of the characters and such. And half the time on Sundays or Thursdays, if I don't feel like playing a game, I just do a calm, relaxing stream of artwork and such. Sometimes it'd be a chill, relaxing vibe, depending if it's on a Thursday, Monday, Sunday, whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Next question. How do you stay motive?
How do I stay motivated?
hmm
I got nothing else to do. This is my life.
Well, I mean, basically motivated. Like, does your friends, be there to support
Well,
you,
yeah,
watching your
de-
streams, that kind of
definitely,
motivated.
definitely more now. It's my friends and building a great social community, in my Discord and like hanging out with people because that's ultimately my goal is to build a great gaming community and bring it to the world. It's what keeps me motivated. Um, like I said before, like not to go too deep into my background and stuff, but I was an academic in college. I didn't have a social life. I was nose to the grindstone, kept all my scholarship and everything. 3.5 GPA, Bachelor of Business Administration graduate.
Damn.
Um, yeah, I didn't have a social life. I basically I'm a walking redemption arc because my high school I was a slacker. Uh, Early 2000s I was in high school and I was a slacker in that. And I went to community college, transferred to community college, transferred to uni, and went through all the business stuff and everything. Started off as an accountant. I decided it wasn't for me. Changed my major to computer information systems.
Well,
I
you
decided,
start
yeah,
out something with that's more of your comfort level.
yeah,
But yeah. For me, how I stay motive, I always, if I feel like streaming, sometimes I ask my friends, I'm like, should I stream? Should I not? It's just basically if I'm low on energy, whatever, my friends would like saying, well, if you feel like streaming, go ahead. And I'm like, you know what? I should get it out of my system and all. A few times when I'm on a break and I don't stream that day, I'm thinking, oh, I want to stream. I want to stream. And sometimes when it's on my little break of hiatus or whatever, my friend says, don't stream, don't stream. You're gaining your energy back. You got a lot of shit to do and all. And I'm like, I know. But again, they keep me on my toes, but in a good way.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's
talking
all about
about you,
finding
Plague.
it's all about finding that right balance.
Hmm. But yeah, let's just say in the past, I basically was like, it was a mess. It was a mess, dude. But thanks to Plague here and everyone in my community helping me out, I thank you guys a lot. I really do. Ugh. So, as for right now, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. I would probably say about a 5 minute break. Let me go ahead and set the timer. But if you guys need to get up and stretch or get something to drink, something to eat, if you got to use the restroom, go ahead and do that right now. And we will be back shortly. All right. 5 minutes. And we are back. All right, you ready for this, Wiz?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, how do you approach problem solving in your streaming career?
Problem solving as like tech issues or what
Anything,
context?
anything.
Anything?
Mhm.
Well, I think my tech support background has afforded me the ability to fix stuff pretty quickly on the fly, as long as it's not some other service or like sound alerts or something out of my control.
And again, I thank this dude for helping me fix up my model. Basically, with everything he done for me, he did. Oh gosh, but yeah, usually, and another friend would say this, and again, some people may agree with me on this one, but they said if you're having tech issues or whatever, and if you get like a disconnection or whatever, just talk through your chat. Just talk to them. You know, just don't say, "Oh, oh no," or that kind of stuff. But they said just talk through it. You know, act like natural, whatever. Just don't freak out, don't panic, and such, and your community would understand. But yeah.
Sorry, I had a ringing in my ears, and it was actually the Google timer that we'd set. I was like, "What the hell is going on? What is ringing at me? Stop it!" It's like, no, that's not a Discord notification. I've never heard anything like that before.
Oh my god. I set a timer on my phone inside. uh, well, that's one problem solving. Basically, you're just hearing things in your ears, dude.
It
uh,
had happened eventually, getting to be an old man.
you're what, like 4 years old?
What?
Reverse age. So basically, for example, I am 340 years old, but reverse it, you get the idea, right? Or no?
Not really.
Uh, in easy terms, if someone is 40 years old, okay, if someone's 40 years old,
Hmm.
you reverse it. You
Oh,
get it? You get
well,
it now?
in that case, I'd be 24, just
Ah,
reversed.
yep. So basically, if anybody says, "How old are you?" Just reverse your age. You know, it's a
Yep.
joke. Me and my friends do. And again, Twitch, this is just a joke, okay? But yeah. So, as a streamer, would you share any lessons you have learned from your failures or mistakes?
Man, that's kind of going back to like playing games that I didn't really want to, and not being as authentic as I feel like I should have been, and determining exactly what I want to do, what I want to stream. Because, like, I started out streaming like the big popular names, Dead by Daylight and all this stuff. Dead
Mm-hmm.
by Daylight does not bring me happiness. It I really enjoy playing like Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy 11 more. So I've backed away from like streaming DVD and games and stuff that I probably wouldn't have played if I hadn't started streaming.
Right.
So yeah, don't pick things that you think that's just going to get you numbers,
Right.
because one you're not going to be happy. Two,
Oh,
you'd be happier
oh.
doing something else.
Sorry for our Wiz, but there's another thing we forgot to mention as well too. Like those people who would mostly come in and be like, "Oh my god, you're my huge inspiration," blah blah, blah and everything, But sometimes it can be a good way or a bad way, or you get like those special guests, that basically wants to be with you 24/7. It's like, okay, that's enough. You
Yeah,
think they're nice and sweet at first, but then you realize, like, okay, they're turning out very weird.
so you
You
have to
know?
be very cautious in this space here.
So technically, from my mistake, I learned from, and truth be told, Plague's the witness for this. But sometimes with streamers and VTubers, of course, there is a bump on the road. A few things with like certain relationships. Sometimes it'll work out, sometimes it won't, or sometimes you get those special guests that will try to be with you, and you know what I mean by be with you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Even if you're taken or not, they will try to go after you and such, like basically becoming, you know,
yeah.
yeah.
Boundaries are a big thing.
Mhm.
I have had to set boundaries for myself when I felt like that our vibes were just not meshing well anymore, and I'm no longer friends with that particular person. Not well, I will not name names or anything like that,
Right.
but yeah, you definitely have to stick up for yourself, and don't worry if that's going to end that friendship slash relationship or whatever.
Mhm.
You're better off protecting your peace.
Right. And some people will try to feel the fire like on different social media platforms, and of course one of my friends, and I'm talking about you, Plague, here, cuz he helped me out through a lot. Let's just say that I wanted to say something else, but I just basically posted my statement from what this special guest was doing and another special guest as well. And I just posted one thing about them and warning a few other people about this one special guest who was under the age of 18 at the time and wanted to, you know, connect with me, basically. And I'm like, dude, no, no.
Yeah, I've read a strictly 18 plus community because one, I'm an old man. Two, I just don't want to deal with minors. I want
Right.
them to stay away from me. I cuss. I'm not
Well,
responsible for anybody's kids.
well, technically, if you think about it, because was friends with some people who were 16 and 17, but they acted mature. They acted mature. They didn't act like a shoe size or whatever a friend would say, a condom size and everything, but they acted mature. They were respectful to me and my community and everything. I'm like, okay, they're being respectful, all that. And I said, I don't mind being friends with you. And at the time being, my server was 16 plus, but then we went to a new year, then it was 17 plus, and then of course we're in what now, 2026, it's 18 plus. But again, if you act mature and you treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. But if you disrespect me, I disrespect you. It's just how the way the cookie crumbles.
That's fair.
Because again, some people, I don't blame the kids for these. I mostly blame the parents. Not all parents, but some. And basically for
Hmm.
kids who are like I said, 16, 17, or almost turning 18, they show a little bit more maturity. Not all, but some, because that's how they were raised.
Yeah, it really depends on how they were raised,
Mhm.
but
But yeah, some people, like I said, basically respect their elders. And you get the idea, right?
yeah, I understand.
Mhm. But yeah, and like I said, I learned
But
from my mistake that if somebody tries to, want to be with me and such. And I'm like, no, I don't mind being a friend and stuff. But if they say, oh, but I want to date you because you seem so, dude, how I treat people is how I was raised. My kindness is not your flirtatious getaway or whatever. If I'm treating you with respect, you're supposed to treat me with respect as well too. Because it's like, how do I word this? It's basically what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a balance scale, you know?
hmm. Well, I was raised on the golden rule: treat others how you want to be treated.
Mhm. Right. Because if, again, like I said, if you treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. If you disrespect me, there's the door. And trust me, you do not want to see my side when you press the button the third time. Eh, boy. Let's just say, eh, boy. and I know a few has seen it before. But anyways, off a track. How do you handle the negative feedback of some people?
Just ignore it. What are they going to do?
Right?
Pretty
Because
much. I mean, like I don't go on social media. I don't get involved in like Twitter drama or any other bullshit. I've mostly kept to myself, and I don't have a whole lot of Twitter followers. Twitter followers are not viewers per se. They can be, but the number of Twitter followers that you have does not equal your number of viewership.
right. And of course, if somebody says negative stuff about me or my friends, I'm like, okay, if you have the proof, I want to see it. You know,
Yeah.
if they don't
Basically, I
have the
would be
proof,
like, prove
mhm,
it. Yeah, basically, I would be like, prove it. Yeah, if if
right,
if you got some kind of proof that's not faked or some bullshit or whatever, then fine. Yeah, I'll take responsibility if I need to, where I need to,
right,
if
and
there's any kind of issue, and we handle that in private like grown ass adults.
right. And sometimes, basically with the negative feedback or whatever, and if it's happened to my friends and stuff, then I will share their side of the story as well too. Because if, say, for example, like I known you for about 3 years, and we had this one person that you known for, let's say, almost a year, and I just met them. And they started spreading rumors about me or whatever. They went to you. You're like, that does not sound like her." Then you go to my friends that I known for like 4, 5, many more years, and they will tell you the same thing. That doesn't sound like Chaya. Then you'd be questioning the thing like, okay, where's the screenshots? Where's the proof? Everything. And they say, oh, I just heard from this person, whatever. That's not proof. That is not proof.
That is not proof at all.
Mm-mm. But yeah, and basically people like it.
Hearsay is one letter away from heresy.
Right? It's basically like you're hearing this from the grapevine. And how do I word this? It's basically like one person says something or whatever, and then the other person, it's like a grapevine going through, but sometimes with the third or fourth person, they will mix up the words and such. What's that thing called? You know what I'm talking about, right? Or no?
Where the mix up words?
Basically, if somebody says, "Oh, I heard child," like it's saying, "Oh, I heard Wiz did this or whatever," and then of course it's mixing up the words. They say, "Oh, I heard Wiz
Yeah,
did this. I heard Wiz did this," but then they switch
it's
the
like that
things
old
around.
game telephone. Yeah, it's like that
Yes,
old game telephone where someone whispers in one ear and the other comes out completely different in another ear,
right,
and it just keeps going down the chain until it's nothing like what was originally said.
right. That's what's going on. If you think about it, that's what's going on social media right now, as such. And if you don't have the proof or anything, then you know you're just doing the telephone on any platform, on Discord, anywhere.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Who motivates you to keep pushing forward in your career? Well, we already asked that question, didn't we?
My friends, basically the community that I'm building and my friends. I wake up every morning, I check Discord and I check on see if people have posted in my Discord. I'll say good morning and just
Hmm.
show up whenever I can, provided my sleep schedule isn't completely asunder,
Right.
totally torn to bits.
Again, what's a sleep schedule?
Yeah, what's a sleep schedule for real?
Right. Okay. Next question. What do you call your community?
Mages.
Hmm.
They're Wizzy and the Mages.
Aw, that's cute. For me, it was just Warriors and Adventurers of the pastime, but then I'm like, we need help fixing this or whatever. So let's just say one of the communities decided to say, what about Christian Warriors? And I'm like, okay, this will work. And they said, no, 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 don't thank me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hun, you help me out with this and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So we decided Christian Warriors because a friend would say, let's go Warriors or let's go Christerium, all that kind of stuff. But it'll be a little easier.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, that
Uh,
fits with your Final Fantasy 14 aesthetic.
yes, but also if you kind of think about it, it was in Final Fantasy 13 as well too. Crystarium.
Oh yeah,
Mhm. So technically, with the Crystarium, it is half and half. Kind of spoilers, kind of not.
I played through Final Fantasy 13, the first one. I didn't play much of the sequels.
Which is understandable. Okay. What is your approach to setting goals?
Keep them attainable and reasonable.
Understandable.
There's some things that are in your control, and there's some things that are not in your control. So rather than me saying, "Oh, I want 20 CCV" or some other thing, like how many live viewers you have or whatever, I
All right.
focus on more things that are like within my control because CCV can fluctuate on any given day. Because like seasons, like people who watch streams that are in college or whenever they have their free time.
Right. Or when they're at their works and everything.
Yeah. So I tend to focus more on like community challenges, like with channel points and uh, follower goals, that kind of thing. Which even then, the follower goal is it's still not really in your control. But like I put that was my major milestone was 1K for streaming in general.
Right.
1K was the point that I said, okay, maybe I'm gonna start investing a little bit more into this and like getting more art done and stuff. And we've gotten a few more art pieces and things, so that like I get my name out there a little bit more. But also, it's just really fucking cool.
Right. And of course, me and a few friends to talk about this because, like I said, 1.5K followers is just mostly playing the Huntsman. And of course, if I reach 2.K followers, I get to wear a maid's outfit in real life on camera. After that, 3.K followers, we get to make our own Minecraft server and everything,
Hmm.
at 3K. But yeah. And
Very cool.
again, yeah, because with my setting goals, because when I got about 300 followers, I was like, okay, I will do a giveaway of the 300 follower to get a game on their wish list on Steam. So I did that. Then when I reached about 600 followers, then I basically said, okay, I'm gonna give the game to the 600th person, and we get to collab together. They get to collab with me, and people like that idea.
Hmm.
And then so on and so forth. I'm thinking, okay, what are we going to do with 1K if we reach 1K? So that's what I decided. An Amazon gift card. And people love that idea. And people joined in for the wheel as such. But it was still pretty funny and everything. But again, people like that idea. And now my setting goal is basically for the Charles Project on course, which is going to be happening on the 29th, that we're going to do a tier list of the VTuber beach party.
That's one thing I would like to get is some art of maybe like a swimsuit version of my OC. Like,
Oh,
there's been so much I've been holding back on because I wanted to get to the point where I am currently.
mhm. But yeah,
There.
but it doesn't matter if you
Oh,
wear a swimsuit or not or whatever. It's just place your picture right there, and I will. Me and a few friends will probably say, "Oh, we'll probably go here or whatever, that kind of stuff."
hmm.
But yeah,
Tier
let me.
lists can be fun, and I don't do a whole lot of just chatting. A lot of more of my content is based on gaming and sharing gaming experiences and having a good time with friends.
Right, and sometimes I do like an art stream, like I said, or a tier list, whatever. Because at first, what I did was for the St. Jude's was mostly a Christmas VTuber Christmas party, and played a few games as such. But yeah. So, if you guys wish to join in, but mostly if you're a streamer yourself, you're more than welcome to post your picture and the link, which is right here, and it is pinned and all. But you have to be a VTuber, and it has to be safe for work only. But yes. Sorry, stretching a bit. Okay, next question. Ha- have you stayed organized before, or you just go with the flow?
Well, I started off just complete chaos. I just started like, you know what? I'm just gonna post on social media whenever I feel like going live. I didn't have a schedule. I did that for a long time, so I've like cycled back and forth between having a concrete schedule and just saying, just let the magic flow.
All right, which is understandable. For me, I try to be organized as much as possible, and again, I still. And people are like saying, "How the hell you do this?" Because let's just put it this way: I put down Twitch collabs for 2026 from January all the way through December, and I talk to people, and they say, "Well, why are you putting me on this month or whatever?" I'm like, "Look, let's just say for example, I'm gonna use you for example again, Wiz. Since I'm on a hiatus in May, okay, taking a quick break or whatever, and then when it gets close to the end of May, I would say about like somewhere between the 18th to the 29th is when I message you. I'm like, hey, what would be a good time? What would be a good day for you? And what game would you want to play? So that way we could be prepared and have everything, on the counter and such. That would work for both of us because some people have to work at night, like night shifts or
Yeah.
day shifts, or some has vacation coming up, all that kind of ordeal. So that's why I put people down in certain months and stuff. And I try to make it where I could collab with like two people, maybe three, four, with different, or sometimes it'd be a group collab. Who knows?
Yep.
But yeah.
Time zones are hard to arrange.
hmm But yeah, I basically try to work with both our schedules and such because I know my sisters work in the morning. Sometimes they'll be in the house or at the office, whichever. And some people may have a day off in the daytime or they have a day off at night. And I can't do it at night at certain days because, IRL stuff with the quests and dungeons mostly and bosses too. I need to take a hydration. But other times, I mostly just go with the flow, depending if I don't have any collab with certain people and all, on a certain day and everything. I just go with the flow.
That's something that I realized when I started like streaming 5 days a week.
hmm
Was that leads to burnout like a lot. So like streaming less and having more flexibility to do things because I what I wanted to do and I liked how I did it.
hmm
Not to say this is for everybody, but I did 3 days of scheduled streaming. Then everything else beyond that is guerrilla streams and just like showing up whenever the hell I want to and doing whatever the hell I want to. So we had
Right.
niche, 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 and then everything else guerrilla.
Well, maybe you could do like Wednesday as a random day, for you. Like uh Wizzy's choice, like what game you
Yeah,
want to play, what you want to do, like if you want to just chat, play a game, art stream, whatever, that's your day to pick, you know?
yeah,
hmm Basically, you could do like spin the wheel or watch videos of YouTube. It's like whatever you want to watch.
yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, next question. Do you have any future projects coming up?
I have a 2.0 in the works right now. It's currently in rigging.
Ooh, I can't wait to
I
see it, dude.
I got the preview this morning for the rigging process, and it's looking great. It has V-Bridger, and all of that is well underway.
Ooh, I
I
can't
I
wait to
started that
see.
for my that I started that as my 1K goal.
Mhm.
It's like when I got to 1K, I said, you know what, this is time to like reevaluate everything I wanted out of my 1.01 model that I didn't know
Right.
that I wanted at the time. Because over the years, I worked with a lot of different models and things. Like I got a Chibi model, I've got Kyoki's male custom model, as my 1.5, and I saw like everything that Kyoki put into that one, and it's just like, man, I want some of that, but I want it to be in my own custom.
Right. That's
So
understandable. For me, I have so much to do, but I'm taking care of my needs before I want. It's mostly the ones I want to get done is get a new custom made VR chat model. It's such almost close like this and everything, along with some background music where if I'm just chatting or whatever, I have some music playing in the background, along with
yeah,
getting a dragon model for like my VTuber and everything and such.
yeah,
But yeah.
that's one of the things I love about VTubing is creativity. It, I've said this before, but if I ever go face cam, it's gonna be like hybrid. Like I can't give up VTubing now that I've gone down this rabbit hole.
Right. But again, I'm trying to take care of my needs and such and everything. And of course, because some people will do like a full on payment, or basically the other part is with just, a planned payment, all of that kind of stuff. It just depends on who it is. And of course, with projects like artwork or whatever, and I only go for the people that I know, like when streamers talk about them, like saying,
Oh yeah.
oh, go to this person, they made amazing artwork and stuff. I only go to the people that the streamers talk about, mostly talk about, and who like basically made their model, rigged their model, whatever. Like for example, like before she changed her name used to be Fallen Articia. She worked on my model, basically drawing it, all that kind of stuff, even the PNG, which you could kind of see right here and stuff. I go to them, but then of course, she changed her name, which is understandable. Then I went to another friend, of course, who is Shadowstar Arts, who basically made a couple of my PNG, plus, the little buddy that you see in my arm at times and all. That was
Hmm.
technically made by them, but except it was in a teacup. Well, teapot, actually. And they made that PNG, and they're amazing artists and such. And some of the emotes was made by them and a few others. And you can see it all in About Me, who were the people I credit that made my PNG, made my artwork, everything. And also another person you may know, Wiz, is Lampy. He's the one who rigged my VTuber model.
Oh yeah. I saw one of the stream. We rated out to him once.
Mhm. Yeah, he is
That's
a
pretty
really
cool.
good bean. He is, even though he's the football sized moth, and he is surprised I call him the moth father. Get it? Moth father, like the Godfather, but except he's a moth.
Ah.
Yeah. Or sometimes I call him the bug father. But we figured out the moth
Well,
father is pretty better.
he's probably in the Mafia.
Oh my God. Well,
I love
he
dad
does.
jokes.
He does have a little, how he always says it, the moth cult or whatever it's said. Yeah, he is a sweet bean. But it's just a joke or whatever. But it's a harmless one. And
Yeah, it's
people are,
just harmless. I
yeah.
like to joke around. I riff on games. I It's because like I don't do a whole lot of just chatting streams. So when I'm playing a game or something, if I find something funny or if I can relate it to my real life, that's how I roll.
Right. Okay. Next question. Do you What do you think of working with another streamer, basically where it's just two, three, maybe four people. Not too big, not too fancy, or a big group of streamers where you basically like have a you've seen those before, like those big VTuber collabs where there's about 8, 9, maybe 20 altogether who has the same game or whatever, modded or unmodded.
I think there's a place for both. I tend to prefer the smaller collabs because there's less crosstalk going on. There's a lot more how should I put this? Like connection.
Right.
Connection between the viewer and the streamers that are there.
Mhm. But yeah, I
Because
definitely
yeah,
agree.
when there's way too much chaos going on, then it's one, it's harder to read chat, and two, it's harder to respond. to
Right.
chat in general.
Well, I mean, think about it, because some people do have the shared ones, like the shared
Yeah,
chats and everything. But sometimes people wouldn't want that. It's just a game of gambling. For myself, I prefer like a small stream with another streamer, basically someone who I know, who I interact with, and everything. I'm totally fine. And if we're mutual friends with that person, okay. And sometimes if I'm streaming with this one person, like say for example with my other friend, uh, who is an Oni streamer, really sweet guy, really sweet guy. But with him, I say, hey, if it's okay if I bring a couple of friends in, if you're okay with this and stuff, I ask first. If they say, yeah, I'm okay with it.
yeah, and that's important. Getting permission from all the parties involved who
Right.
are streaming. Yeah,
And of course, if it goes up to about, oh, let's say five, and it's mostly people I know, and I'm thinking, you know what? They could get along so well. They could interact, and see what happens. And some of them became friends of themselves.
yeah.
Mhm.
One of the best things that I've seen is people in my community making friends with other people in my community, and then they go over to their other communities, and it's just like this whole nice.
Right.
I don't know how to put it. Like it's just nice.
It's
It's
just basically like a welcoming kind of environment.
yeah,
Because here's the thing, because at first when I meet another streamer and I said, oh, I have a friend who has the same five as you and stuff. But first, I said, first, let me talk to them, see if they're okay with it. And if they say, yeah, I'm totally fine, then I put those two together in the same DMs, let them talk a little bit, see what they think, what five they give off, all that kind of stuff. Or if we're playing a game together, I basically try to do it between the two I know that could probably match up. But first, for example, if I want to introduce you to another friend and I don't know you at the time, I said, okay, let me check out this person. Let me see how their five is, everything. And if your five matches the other person's five, I'm thinking, this might work. This might work. And I let you two talk it out while I'm in the sidelines or whatever. And look what happens. Boom, you guys are friends. You know?
yeah. That's one of the best things I think. It's like I'm building a social community here to like connect with my friends and fellow gamers and
Right.
building the place that I want. Yeah, I do. There are people out there who would make the argument, "Oh, well, there's thousands of others, whatever." I'm building what I think I want instead of just going off somewhere.
Right. And for me, I'm trying to make people not like force them or whatever. I'm just trying to make people feel welcome and plus see what kind of vibes they have and stuff. Because some people like the chaotic, good gremlin vibes. Other people would like the nice, calm, easy kind of vibes. Not the one where we're drinking 24/7 hours of coffee or 8 cans of Red Bull, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
hmm Or the one who talks about certain things and stuff. And I'm thinking, ooh, they're talking about this XYZ thing. Yeah, no. That kind of ruins the vibe right there and such. So I'm like, yeah, no, they're not gonna beat them, you know? But I try to find something that matches their five with the other person five of my friends. Sure, we're
yeah,
not the
common
same
ground.
friends. Yeah, just basically, like I said, it's like a balancing scale. Like if their energy is up too high or whatever, and the other person's like saying, no, I just wanted something calm, that kind of word. Yeah. But yeah.
Makes sense.
Mhm. All right. Last question. Do you plan on streaming more in the near future or no?
Mm, I'm kind of like scaling it back a little bit, but I'm not going anywhere in terms of like I don't plan to graduate for at least 10 years.
Well, some people say, "Oh, I'm graduating but some people have a reason why they're graduating, because if it's too much for them or has really bad health issue. Again, I understand the graduation, but some people do it as a joke or whatever on April Fools or doing it for not a reason. I'm like, why you graduating? Is there a reason for it and such? Why? You know? But if they don't have a
Yeah,
reason, then I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna follow you if you don't give me a reason.
I don't like those kinds of April Fool's jokes. It's disingenuous and inauthentic to your community and your fans. So I'll always be like more honest and upfront and everything. If something happens in my life where I need to like take a hiatus, or if I go through a graduation or whatever, there will be a posting.
Right.
And preferably not on white text or white background, whatever.
No, no.
You always see those freaking things like it's like, oh no, here's a wall of text. It's got a solid background.
Right. But if I'm just saying, if the big word, if I have to decide to graduate or whatever, and again, I'm not going to, if I have to graduate, there will be a reason for it. And for those who knows. But for myself, I'm not going to graduate. I'm still going to be streaming in the near future. Hell, even when I'm like 50 years old, I'll probably still be streaming. You know,
Same here. Yeah, definitely gonna be one of those grandpa streamers.
hon. You said you're 42, right?
Yes,
You got 8 more years till you're 50.
I know.
But yeah. So thank you, Wiz, for joining. And I appreciate you being on my talk show. And for those, if you want to watch more or keep up to date, here are my socials. You're more than welcome to join the Safe Hair to Crystarium. You can follow me on Blue Skies to keep up to date. Or you can check me out on YouTube with some funny videos and funny content, funny shorts, whatever. If you have VR chat, it is free to play, free to use. You don't need a headset or anything, just a PC. And we're going to go ahead and raid out someone. But here is my raid message. Don't forget to copy those, guys. And again, Wiz, thank you for joining me so much for my
Thank you so
talk
much for
show.
having me. I
Anytime,
appreciate
hon.
you.
Anytime. But yeah, if you guys want to see some past interviews I have done in the past, they are right there in the link that is pinned. But as always, my dear friends, till next time we'll continue our story, and may the light be with you. Goodbye. Liz,
What's up?
are you gonna say goodbye too?
I said goodbye.
Oh, I didn't hear
Goodbye.
you.